I think the chess news should always be discussed.
So there was a post on Twitter regarding investigations into the behavior of Grandmaster. We'll say his name?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, I don't know. Alejandro Ramírez. He's being investigated for
sexual misconduct.
Yeah, misconduct, and possibly with people who aren't of proper age yet.
And additionally, Jennifer Shahade says that Alejandro sexually assaulted her twice back in, what were the years?
Like 10 years ago.
10 years ago. So, that's what the news is. Yeah, he is the one that was trying to trick Hans. Yeah, absolutely, Magninho.
And Greg Shahade also posted that he knew of these things and contacted whoever he was contacting, authorities, but nothing had ever been done. But now there are complaints from more than one person who claims that, I guess Alejandro was very aggressive and also in certain cases was their coach and that they were underage and such. Although obviously Jen Shahade's not underage, but she claims that it happened twice with Alejandro.
Yeah, and Greg Shahade has seen some of those text messages. That's a good point, trying to learn. Also, chess.com has an article about it. And St. Louis is investigating them, and or investigating him, and I don't really know. I couldn't tell if the police were involved, but St. Louis is definitely investigating him. Also,
if you told me about these incidents and charges and then asked me, which GM do you think it is? He's at the top of the list.
So
I'm not really surprised.
GM Benji, yeah. So they want to know what you think about him. I have an opinion too, but you go first because you know him.
Well, I've known him for a long time, and he likes women a lot, and I think in some instances he may like underage women, which may be partly due to there's a couple of things. One is he's around a lot of younger women because he's coaching World Youth and World Cadet a lot. And he's a commentator or he's at the venue of the, U.S. girls and women's and such. The other is he's from Costa Rica, which may have some, the way he was brought up and the way things are in Costa Rica may not be the same as they are in the United States. Different countries have different, I don't want to say laws, although it is laws, but just the way you're brought up about what is reasonable and what isn't as far as ages and such with that kind of thing. So it could be a little of both, that he's around a lot of younger women and he was brought up in Costa Rica and maybe he was around a lot of younger women then because he was a very talented junior player. As you all know, they don't know. He became a grandmaster at 15. And so he was playing in a lot of the world, events for kids. And I guess he likes girls. So, when he was a kid and then, the truth hurts. But yeah, I mean, he's aggressive. Let's put it that way. As Sui would say, in truth, he did become a little aggressive.
So can I jump in?
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't have a lot to add because I don't know him very well. I've met him a handful of times. He's always very pleasant. Seems like a very smarmy guy. Flirts with the ladies a lot. Again, no crime there, but gave off a smarmy vibe to the point that I mentioned it to Ben on a handful of occasions that, basically, he came across as a male whore. And when he was coaching Yvonne, how is that how she say her last name? When Alejandro was coaching Yvonne, I clearly remember expressing concern to Ben. I said, God, I hope I hope that he's not ever alone with her because she's, you know, a youngster at that point, you know, almost adult. And Ben's like, oh no, her mom's always around. And I was like, good. I remember us having that conversation. So none of that is evident. I'm just telling you my general impression of him was friendly and pleasant, you know, to interact with. But, you know, I saw him always on the make and always, you know, talking the ladies up and down. That's all.
It seems as though if he had Twitter and Facebook accounts, he doesn't anymore. And obviously he had a Facebook account. I don't know if he had a Twitter account.
He had a Facebook
seems
account.
Seems like they're gone.
Yeah, because we were friends on Facebook. And that I don't see him there. So, yeah, you know, I agree that I like his commentary. Vaccinated wife. Absolutely. How much older is he than Ifan? I mean, at the time that I complained, she might have even been an adult already. I don't remember. I just knew that she was young and virginal and inexperienced. And I had already picked up on, this was a few years ago, I'd picked up on...
Ifan's 28 now, so she's probably like 20 then.
Yeah, so she was of age even, I guess. But I complained just because I knew
Alejandro's 34.
I knew what he was about.
Hey, I didn't realize this. We just saw things on Twitter. Mm-hmm. I typed in his name on the internet, and there's a chess.com has an article.
I
Reddit.
just said that.
Oh, yeah, you said chess.com?
Yeah, I just said that.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, I said they can go read it on chess.com.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure Reddit has their own thing going on. Could the two incidents with Jennifer be misunderstandings? She didn't really say what happened. I don't know. I mean, I highly doubt it. I know Jen, great human, love her. I find it hard to believe that twice she got confused. But, you know, I can't say 100%, you know, anything happened, but that seems unlikely to me based on my interactions with her and what I know of her. Yeah. But you're right, she didn't say what happened. That's right, trying to learn. Yeah, assault's a little bit stronger than sexual misconduct. So I don't really know what all falls into the category of assault. I guess if somebody came up and grabbed my ass, that's probably assault. But it's not the same as if, you know, they stick their penis in me. That's rape. So I don't know. There are different levels. Don't know what kind of assault. Don't know if he grabbed her or
For more information on these comings and goings, as they say, go to the internets and type in Alejandro Ramírez, and then I found a lot of pages that are talking about it.
On Reddit, probably.
Reddit's one, chess.com is another. Another one is Dexerto. Mm-hmm. And it's, you know, they have articles about it.
Right. I have the utmost confidence in the character of Jen Shahade. Yeah, I can't think of one bad thing to say about her. What a kind
Alejandro's
kind
upset
human.
about the allegations and says they're untrue, and I'm suing for $100 million. Wait, no, that didn't happen, but it sounds good.
I wonder what Yasser thinks of this. Jennifer did not say touching. She said assault. But there are different kinds of behavior that falls into that. There are varying degrees. Like I said, you know, if somebody grabs my ass, well, I mean, that's an assault, but...
There's a famous psychiatrist named Dr. Alejandro Ramírez, who's at the Zuckerman Mind-Brain Behavior Institute and a neuroscientist.
Yeah,
There's a lot of pages about him. So you got to find the right Alejandro Ramírez.
So
common name.
I'm not saying, by the way, that if he did grab her ass or whatever, that's excused. I'm just saying I would be curious about the details too, because it gives me an idea of, you know, how gross the behavior is. But
there's a famous economist from 1777 to 1821 named Alejandro Ramírez. Yeah, there's a lot of famous Alejandro Ramírezes. Luckily, they have more names. So that's good. I think his is Tadeo, the chess guy. They always have more names because Central and South America got to have a lot of names. Look, Alejandro Ramirez versus the state of Texas.
Yeah, I don't care about all those
Probably a
guys.
different one.
So when Botez came
Although he did
out,
live in Texas.
she specified what happened. That's true about her. Her. I did watch her stream, and I don't remember now the details, but I remember they had her naked, and she was drunk and taking advantage of her. But
Wait, who's this?
this was somebody, not Alejandro Botez, when she spoke about.
Oh. Don't even remember that.
Yeah, but the thing is, Jen might come forward with more details. She's not the one pressing charges. She just, when she heard about these investigations, I think maybe she sounded almost regretful a little that she made a choice just to move on and not say anything, but that maybe that it put others at risk. So now she's saying something. I don't remember exactly what happened with Botez Respect the Cop.
That would be a good chess boxing match.
What?
Ramirez versus the younger Botez. Because she'd be better at boxing and he's better at chess. But she'd beat him up in boxing.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's her name? The one who lost, but she won, Dina. She said, I'm never chess boxing again. And then she said, like she's half kidding. But she's probably not kidding. Because,
She wasn't good at the boxing part.
There's good and there's not good. At the boxing part, she was not good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you guys can look up what Botez says. I don't remember. It's just she was a teenager and invited, she just spoke to the culture, not just in chess, but in general, not trying to navigate that as a young person. And
I didn't read the chess.com article. Under investigation by U.S. Chess and the St. Louis Chess Club.
Oh, yeah, U.S. Chess is investigating too. I forgot that.
Why we haven't seen Jennifer at the St. Louis live broadcast lately was revealed today.
I wondered. I thought she was just making more time for poker. So you're saying that there were complaints, or at least on the internet, they're saying problems with Alejandro in Dallas, but it was hushed up? Well.
Oh, yeah, I saw this post on Twitter, too, from some guy I didn't know who said he was aware of things Alejandro did 2010 to 12. He was grabbing underage girls, DMing them at chess camps, and bought a friend's earrings. I just didn't know better in 2011 to do something about it.
Excuse me. Well, I mean, he just a little bit I've been around him. Like I said, I got the impression that he was an oversexed, smarmy, gross guy. And I was like always complaining to Ben, like, why is he so popular with the ladies? I mean, and he just seemed very arrogant, like everybody wanted him. And like I said, I expressed a little bit of concern. Man, I hope he's not alone with Ifan.
On Twitter, just posted a minute ago, Alejandro was completely innocent. That was from Andrew Tate.
Yeah.
Luckily, half of them believe me. So.
Speaking of, I did see some threads somewhere where people are claiming that there's proof they were set up. Now, I don't know if that's true. The Tate
There's
brothers.
proof.
I haven't investigated yet.
Why did you not speak up, Karen? Yeah, come on, Karen.
Speak up what? And say he was smarmy? I didn't know about any misbehavior. I hardly knew the guy. I'm just saying my impressions of him weren't positive. Ben can back me up. All I ever did was complain about how gross he was. Not
Anyway,
smarmy.
I've known Alejandro forever, and the one time we played in a rated tournament, I won. Yay.
Yeah, I know you guys are ready to get some chess, but I like to start out talking about chess news and get it done. And they're going to investigate it, and I guess they have been investigating it. And the word is smarmy.
Not swarmy.
Yeah, look it up.
Actually, my game was good. Let's look at that game.
What game? With
My game with Alejandro? Yeah, that was a good game. I made a really good move that game.
All right, and then, okay, this will get a segue into chess. Why not the police? Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, Moves. I don't really know if the police are involved. I don't really know. All I know is what everybody else knows, what I saw on the internet.
It was a long game. Look at that game.
I can just tell you that Jennifer Shahade has my utmost respect. So it's going to be hard to shake me off of what she said, because I believe in her.
So this game was played almost exactly 6 years ago, March of 2017, at St. Louis, one of their GM tournaments. This was the B group, because the A group was like people who were 2650 to 2700. And then in the B group, I was probably average or lower than average. I was better in 2017 than I am now. Okay, so I'm white. And I actually did some preparation for this game in case he played this line. So this is my prep. And then I don't know when my prep ended. Probably around here. I mean, white's better here. White has the two bishops and more space. Okay, always play bishop f1. 97. Yeah, so the next 10 moves or so, I didn't play the best. So I played knight b5, which isn't very incisive. It's okay. Doesn't lose. Just strange move. I wanted to not necessarily trade knights, so that's fine. I wanted to play c3, I guess, and thwart his bishop so that my bishop can move. But that's, my knight's good on c3, so. Okay, so he wants to play a6 and b5. But of course, if we trade knights, it's hard to play b5 because his knight's not on c7. And my bishop's on f1. So b6 is a little bit strange. He wants to play a6 and b5 and not let me play a5. So b6 is trying to stop a5. Okay, and we traded. And I played bishop a6, so he couldn't play a6 and b5. And he kicked my bishop out, and then always repeat. So if he plays knight d7, I can repeat and we draw, or I can play for a win. But he played c4, which is explosive. And I played c3, which is what I wanted to play, to make his bishop no good. And then I thought I would attack on the king side, because I can push my pawns, and, and I have the two bishops. And I didn't think his queen side counterplay was very much. Okay, knight d7. His knight wants to come in. Very reasonable. Bishop e3. I want to go to d4. And the engine just says that I'm better, but not winning, just better. And it doesn't like bishop d4. That's the first move I made where it says black is actually equal now. I thought by trading the dark squared bishops that I have a better chance of attacking because his king doesn't have anything in front of it. But the engine says I'm wrong. Okay, b5. So he got his a6, b5 in. Queen e3. I want to play f4 and e5. And during the game, I thought I had a great position. I was like, I'm going to go here. I'm going to go here. And I don't know what he's going to do. So I got the center and I have more space. And the engine just says it's equal. So I put it in H. Keep putting it in H.
Hey, Jal, how's it going?
It doesn't like knight c5. Now it says I'm better again. And it doesn't like that very much, trading the bishops. I mean, if he ever trades bishops, I can take with the c pawn and totally dominate the center. So there's no reason to do that. Okay, h6. So at least like Alpha Zero's happy with me. And it's not even clear that Alpha Zero existed yet. Did Alpha Zero exist in March of 2017? I don't know. So maybe I'm the one who started it. Okay, he played King G. And then I went here and I pre-moved here and I won. No, that's not what happened. Okay, I tried to block the queen side. The engine says black's better now. I thought I was winning. I thought he doesn't really have any counterplay and I can just attack on the king side. So it's good for me. And the engine says black's better. So, good understanding of chess. Okay, doesn't like that move. Wants him to play knight b3, which does make sense. It likes e5. Queen g4. Doesn't like that either. Thanks, Knox Wolf, for the subscription. Now it says I'm close to winning. And I played rook a d1, which it likes, because I want to play rook d4, attacking his queen. Okay, and he played queen h5, which it also likes. I traded, which it also likes. Okay, and in this position, it says queen f4 gives me the advantage, because I'm pressuring this, and then my rook has an open line. And here's a funny variation. Okay, I think it's funny. If I go here and he defends his pawn, I can play rook e3, and you might think, well, you just hung your rook. What are you doing? But now he's not on my h pawn, so I have queen f6. If his queen was on h5, he would play queen takes h6. Now I win. So that's funny. So after queen f4, I'm better. I played rook d4, probably because I was worried his queen was on my rook, which it's not because he has to stay on that. Okay, now it wants him to play g5, and he did. Because it stops my rook from moving anywhere, and now he's on my pawn. He just wants to take my pawn. That pawn's hard to defend. Mm-hmm. Although g5 is weakening his king. But okay, I'm losing my h-pawn. So that's correct. That's correct. That's correct. Never play f6, but it's correct. And the engine says this is equal. I'm down a pawn, but obviously my king is safer than his. So, you know, that's good. And here, I won my pawn back. Queen takes d6. And he played queen f8. And I don't want to trade queens, because in the endgame, his knight looks pretty good. This a-pawn's sort of weak, so he could go take it. And my bishop really can't move anywhere. However, in the middle game, his king is exposed. So I kept queens on. Engine still says this is equal. Takes. We're in time trouble here. This is move 35. This is still equal, it says. That's the best move. Now I decided my bishop wasn't very good, so I should activate my bishop. The engine says this is equal and this is equal. But okay, I played here, which it's not very good. He played queen d6, which is the best move. The ending's just worse for me because this pawn's blockaded and this pawn's just going to fall. He's just going to go take it. But in the middle game, obviously, his king, he's got to watch it. In the end game, he doesn't have to watch it. He can just do what he wants. Okay, so I kept queens on. It doesn't like this move. It wants me to play queen g4. Again, he wants to trade queens, and I have to sort of, you know, if I play queen d2, which looks more natural than knight b3, forks my queen and rook. So my idea of bishop e2 and activating my bishop didn't work out very well because I my queen on f3. And then I went back to f1. It wants me to actually go to d1, but I'll make my king safe. Rook t6. Yeah, and I can't really do anything here. He has a perfect blockade on my pawn, and his king isn't in danger anymore. Okay, f5 is a pretty big decision on move 40, but it's fine. Okay, and I played the only good move, rook e2, sacrificing my d-pawn, and he took it, and then queen e3. And surprisingly, I'm probably not lost here. By giving my pawn away, I dominate the e-file, the g5 pawn is attacked, and I can try to play, you know, queen e8 and rook e7 and so forth. Okay, well, he has to stop queen takes g5 check. Okay, so he played knight e6. The engine wants him to play king g6. This move looks more reasonable because you stopped me from infiltrating. Thanks, Xenoid. 400 bits.
Yeah, I think he's Xenoid.
Now the engine says this position's equal. Okay, I checked, which is correct. He played king g6. And g3 is reasonable. I want to get my bishop to some good square. He played f4. I played queen e7, threatening, well, not threatening nothing, but I can play bishop h3 or bishop g2 at some point. My queen's just good on e7. And the engine says this is equal to. He played f3, which is a blunder. And as I would like to say,
Never play f3?
never play f3, even though black played it. Now the engine says I'm winning, which is surprising. It wants him to take on g3. Okay, I played rook e3. See, his queen and rook are stuck defending his knight. And if his knight moves, then rook e5 is probably winning. Like knight c5, rook e5 threatens his queen in g5. So he sort of like can't move anything. Okay, now this is very interesting. We both had no time here, and there was no time control to get to. We're just playing on increment now. And we both had less than 5 minutes. And he played g4, and he offered me a draw. And I thought until I had about 1 minute left, and I found an amazing move. It's the only move to give me an advantage. If this was like a puzzle thing, like we do puzzles, this would be like 3,400. So that we wouldn't even get this puzzle because it's too hard. So like I would never find this move now because I can't play chess now. But 6 years ago, I was okay. I wasn't too good, but I was okay. 6 years ago, I was okay. That's when I met Karen. 2017. Didn't we open our chess center then? Yeah.
Yeah, I met you.
So we met. Yeah, we got
2015.
married like 3 months before this game, right?
Right, but I met you in 2015.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So when Karen met me, I was pretty good. Then I got worse, and she's like, "Oh well." Okay. Thanks, trying to learn for 200 bits. Go 200 bits. Okay, now you'll notice my bishop can't move, right? And Alejandro told me after the game he likes when his victims can't move. I mean, his opponents. Okay, so somehow I thought of this move. I don't know how I even thought of it, because now I wouldn't think of it. Now I would just agree to a draw now. And it says if I play like random legal move like rook e1, that white is slightly better, because even though I'm down a pawn, he's sort of stuck here. He can't really move anything, and so he doesn't really have winning chances. But I played the move b3, and the idea is if he takes it, which he didn't, but if he does, now his pawn's led on c4, so I have bishop d3 check, and you will know my name is the Lord. Yeah, now his king's no good. So he has to actually give his queen away, otherwise I checkmate him. For example, if he goes here, then I go check, and then I have queen g6 mate. If you want a prettier mate, then queen h4 mate. Also mate. But okay, I would have played queen g6. So he has to give this up. Now, when I did this, obviously I'm worried about that, but I can calculate a little. So obviously if he takes it, I can check and then take his pawn, then I'm not worried about it. So the only variation I would analyze is if he plays b2. And here everything wins. Taking with the rook, taking with the queen, or just playing king h2, but okay. But yeah, this is, my king has h2, and his knight's pinned, and that's it. He loses. Okay, so now you might say, well, okay, so he won't take on b3. So how does that help you? It helps me because I opened the b file and I swing my rook around. So b3 was a great move, and I turned down the draw with that. So it's good psychologically too, because normally when I'm playing a higher rated player and I'm an old man, because I was an old man here, draw's good. But after b3, I thought I was better, so I played b3. Okay, so he played rook c6, which is the engine move. We traded, and now I play rook e1, rook b1, rook b7, Papa John's. Also, this is an improved version for me because my bishop isn't as stupid now. Sometimes I can take these pawns. When the pawn's on b5, then I got no hope. And this is probably winning for white. Okay, he played h6, which
Thank you,
is
Puzzle Pawn,
legal.
for the 100 bits.
Always repeat. See how I repeated? I played queen e8 twice. Then I played rook b1. I gained time on the clock. Now here comes rook b7 check, or rook b6, or rook b8. Thanks, Puzzle Pawn. And my king's really safe because of my bishop on f1. Okay, he played king f6. Run for it. Queen check. Always check. And then I took a pawn, so now I'm not down a pawn anymore. And maybe I can win this pawn, because that pawn's not too safe. So he took a pawn, so he's ahead of pawn again. Rook b7. So I'm surrounding his king with my queen and rook. Very tough position for black in time trouble. Now, of course, he wants to trade pieces because his king is getting mated. So he played rook c7, forking my queen and rook, but I just checked my way out of it. So then he can't win my rook. Rook b8. His king doesn't look too safe. King e7. Queen g8. I didn't see how to win, so I was just inching towards his king. And he didn't want me to take this pawn, because then this pawn would be weak. So he played queen h5, defending his pawn. I played rook b6, attacking this and this. That's more important. So he defended everything. Now it's even material again, and his king is no good. Rook d7 is best. Now I'm threatening this pawn with my queen and my bishop. Played rook a1 to defend my back rank, so he doesn't play rook d1 or queen e1. And yeah, the problem is in time trouble, his king is just so open. Yeah. And now this position would be a good chess puzzle we could do. This would be good. In fact, you could even start it here, and then this would be the first move. Yeah, now what's the crushing move for white?
Let's see.
Thanks, Wes. Hey, this is something only Karen cares about, but I care about it a little. The thing you were talking about with Alejandro,
Yeah.
Botez has tweeted 5 times about it.
Oh,
And
really?
it says, did you see that?
I haven't seen it.
I did not.
I have not seen it. I don't know what the move is. I mean,
Are you ready?
Rookie one.
No, but are you ready?
Yeah.
Bam! First played in the game, gotcha versus bitch.
Oh, yeah, they can't take.
Right, but then if he doesn't take, I take on g4, and then my bishop gets out. Yes, and then I show him.
Aw.
Yeah, now I'm +4. So he played random legal move, and I was like, yay, look at me, I'm Sandra Oh. Then he checked. Now, this is surprising. So now that I've said it's surprising, that gives the answer away. Thanks, Puzzle Pawn, for gifting a sub. It turns out taking and king h2 both win. They both do.
Okay.
But one wins more. One's better. And since I said it was surprising, you know which one it is.
I guess just moving the king.
Right. And the reason is, if it's my move, I said if, then bishop h5 check, and I take his queen.
Oh, okay.
So he can't play rook takes rook.
I was looking.
But if I play rook takes rook, queen takes rook, check king here, I'm not threatening that. Now I am a pawn up and I'm winning because this pawn's weak and this pawn's weak and this king's open. But this is stronger, king h2. And I played king h2. God damn. And the reason is, not only am I threatening bishop here check, for those of you who think I'm threatening this, he takes with the queen, which is winning for me, but this is winning a queen. So I'd like to play rook a7 check also, and I'd like to win his queen. So he played queen e1. God damn, look at that. Look at that attack he's got. And then I resigned. Okay, so if I take the rook, right, then he plays queen f2 check, queen g2 mate. And if I don't take the rook, he mates me here and here. Mate in one. Okay, but it's white's move. So I played rook here check. And he said, my king and knight can survive against your queen, rook, and bishop. And I replied, you're a daisy if you do. And then he resigned because, kidding me? So if he plays king here, then queen here is mate. Mm-hmm. If he plays king here, then queen here is mate. If he plays king here, I play queen h7 check. And then after king here, I have several mates, like queen f7, queen h8. Also king g8, I could take this if I want, check. And if he plays king, the engine like gives the rook away, then gives the knight away, because that lasts the longest. And then if you play king g6, I go check and mate. Well, there's probably other mates, but
I remember when you played this game, because I remember you were so surprised that you won, and
right.
I lectured you about believing in yourself.
Yeah, but like b3 in time trouble on a draw offer, that was a great move. B3.
Yeah, that's what
I mean, b3 is a great move. That b3 is one of the best moves I've ever played. Because you don't, it doesn't look like it's a move. It looks just dumb.
It's a great move.
Right, and then it turns out that it's the only winning move, which forces you guys to donate.
Yay! All right, now I want to investigate real quick the Botez tweets and see if we need to discuss those.
Watch your ear, Jack.
All right, let me look real quick.
Better than A5. What?
Got to get over here.
This A5?
Also, I need to plug my phone in.
How do I analyze this game with a thing? I see analysis and games. How do I do a game review? I don't see that option.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's see, that's not it.
I'm all about Botez tweets.
Add games, chat, participants. No, that's not it. Are you in Georgia? Yeah, Karen's been in Georgia since before you were born, and I've been in Georgia for 7 years, unless it's been 8 years. What year is this? 2013? It's close to 8, not 7. Not even close to 8.
Yeah. Well, what Botez tweeted was that essentially, because I don't want to change your words, I'll just read it real quick. Okay, so this is what Botez has to say about Jen Shahade's tweet. For those that came late, we're talking about Jen Shahade's tweet about Alejandro Ramírez being investigated, multiple investigations. I guess U.S. Chess and St. Louis are investigating incidents involving a minor and sexual misconduct. And then she also alleges that he sexually assaulted her 10 years ago, twice. So anyway, Alexandra Botez's reply was that she's going to create an anonymized database. She says, if something has happened to you in chess, yet you feel uncomfortable going public on your own, feel free to DM me. I will keep track of the perpetrators. If the same name comes up several times, I will ask the girls if they'd like to be connected. They can then take further action if they'd like. My heart goes out to the victims. Thank you, Jen Shahade, for having the courage to come forward. So it seems like I missed part of it because it said 5 sections. Oh, wait.
You have to keep clicking.
Okay, I did
Then
miss.
there's a lot of comments, too.
Let me keep reading. So I did miss a couple of the subtweets, sorry. So Botez says, one of the things that stuck out to me from Jennifer's post was that having multiple victims come forward together created a safer environment as well as increased the likelihood that there will be accountability. I think there is much to be done on this front. I have friends who've shared experiences in the chess scene that range from inappropriate to actual assault. They've stayed quiet for the reason above. These are not my stories to tell. What I can do, though, is try to make it easier and less risky for women to come forward. That's when she said that she'd create the anonymized database. So sorry, I read it out of order. And then maybe connect girls. So anyway, that's what happened today. I had not seen the Botez tweet, so thank you, Moose, for mentioning that. Hey, Master John, how's it going? Oh my God, did he do it or not? Well, we don't know. All I can say is what I was saying earlier, is he strikes me as a very smarmy, gross individual. That's before I even knew this, but that doesn't mean, he did it, but not looking good for him. Botez database of sexual misconduct.